Digimon Tamers, Devas. A really interesting part of Digimon Tamers lore, especially with their connection to the Sovereigns, who also have a prominent part in Digimon Adventure 02. And one of them became a partner in Digimon Tamers, that is Antylamon to Suzy, de-digivolving to a Lopmon. Which got me thinking, what would the other Devas evolution lines be, in a situation where maybe they became partner Digimon? So on today's video, I'm going to be giving all the Devas evolution lines.
Happy holidays!
What is up, holiday companions? My name is Karn EX and welcome back to another video. And if it's not welcome back, well, you could subscribe as a Christmas present for me. Thank you. So yes, for this video I want to kind of give evolution lines to the Devas. And interestingly, in a lot of non-Tamers media, there is quite a big connection between the Devas and the Armor Digimon. Which makes sense because the Digimon Sovereigns, of course, are intrinsically tied to the Armor Digimon in Adventure 02. So my idea is that the champion of each of these is going to be an Armor Digimon, but I will throw out some non-armor suggestions for a few of them, just to kind of make things a little bit more interesting. And so we begin with the Deva Antylamon. We know based on the D-Power version 3.0, that its rookie is Lopmon, its adult form is supposed to be Tarurumon, and its ultimate is Cherubimon Virtue. Which of course makes perfect sense, especially Tarurumon as the champion, though as I said I'd like to connect all of these to Armor Digimon, so I'm also going to suggest Bitmon or Rabbitmon, as I think that ties in nicely to the whole rabbit theme of Lopmon. Then is Kumbhiramon, this weird little mouse fella, and yeah, he's difficult. For his champion armor, I am choosing Prairiemon. There's not really any other champion level Digimon that I think would fit better here than Prairiemon, as we're kind of limited for mouse champions. But a mouse rookie, of course, will be Chumon. The Mega also gets difficult. I considered for this video giving all of them the Megas of the Sovereign that they are the servant for. So in this example, Kumbhiramon would become a Bonwumon. But that might get a little bit boring and repetitive, so I thought why not instead give them something fresh, and decided on Anubismon for Kumbhiramon. There again aren't really any mouse mega Digimon or anything that fully fits Kumbhiramon, but I think Anubismon does work quite well with it. I did also consider Duftmon for some visual links, but I think Anubismon is my favourite pick here. Then is Mihiramon, and finding tiger lines is also surprisingly difficult. The champion I chose is Lynxmon, as the lynx is also a type of big cat. I decided for these picks I'm also not going to limit myself to Digimon that were around during Tamers. We never saw the Devas evolve anyway, so this could be happening in a very recent manga, movie, whatever it may be. As such, a rookie I really like is Coronamon. It's a little fiery cat fella, which helps Lynxmon feel a little bit out of place from Mihiramon. Mihiramon is a servant of Baihumon, which is awesome, but I'm going to be saving Baihumon for later, you will see why. So the Mega I've chosen here is Dino Tigermon. Again, Dino Tigermon comes from Mihiramon that is also a tiger. Then is Pajiramon, and this one was really easy. The armor will be Sheepmon, though Goatmon or Oryxmon would also be good, and the rookie would be Pillowmon. The literal counting sheep idea I think is really fun. Which leads us to the Mega being Belphemon Rage and Sleep Mode. There is a kind of sheep-goat energy to these two Digimon, and again the whole counting sheep motif comes together really nicely. And as Pajiramon is a servant of Zuchaomon, I didn't really want it to just randomly become the big bird at the end. Okay, then it is Makuramon. And this one was difficult for Armor Digimon. There's not really any monkeys besides Sepicmon. The two I am proposing are either Sepicmon, because it's the one that looks kind of most like Makuramon, or Nohemon, because of its gloves and things like that, do kind of remind me of Makuramon. And then we're going to make the rookie Monmon, because, well, I love Monmon, plus, monkey. I settled on Shakamon. And Shakamon actually has some really fun name etymology, with Shaka referring to the actual Buddha and the journey to the West, which all ties into the 12 Heavenly Generals idea of Buddhism that Makuramon and the rest of the Devas are based on. Then we move to Vikaralamon. And again, much like Pajiramon, this one was nice and easy, with the champion armor being Boarmon, and I picked Tapirmon as the rookie. Well, of course it's not a boar, it is a Baku, and it's a tapir in the dub, so I think is a reasonably similar creature, especially with its little teeth, or tusks. Then for the Mega, I did struggle a little bit, but ultimately settled on Skullmamon, because then we get a through line of tusks, and there isn't really any other contender here. There's certainly no big boar Mega Digimon that I know of, but Vikemon could also work. Admittedly, its teeth are a lot smaller. Moving over to Majiramon, this one provided me a lot of challenge. There are a few Dramon Armor Digimon like Flamedramon and Shadramon, but I just didn't think they fit super well, so instead we went more of kind of a visual cohesive theme, and that is why I went with Camilamon as its champion champion armor. And that's why Flamedramon could work, although I am picking Camillamon, because I'm gonna make Majiramon's rookie Vmon. It ties in a lot more to that 0-2 idea of the sovereigns and the ancient Digimon plus armor connection, and introduces that idea more firmly into Tamers canon. This wouldn't be the same Vmon from 0-2, don't get me wrong, but it would be a Vmon, which would also mean that the Mega would then be a Zulongmon, because I've long theorized that a Zulongmon, Zuchaomon, Ebonwimon, and Baihumon, the 4 sovereigns, have some connection to the armored Digimon, especially with how much a Zulongmon looks like Vajramon. However, if you don't like my Vmon idea, I think Dracomon would also be a fine rookie here. But continuing that theme, Vajramon's armor champion will be Bullmon. This makes sense to me, they're both bullish Digimon, but the rookie will be Armadillomon. This in part is the reason why I chose the 0-2 Digimon. There really isn't any bull rookie Digimon. There's things like Boomon and stuff like that, but they've never been categorized. So yeah, I think Armadillomon works quite well as a Bullmon Prevo, and leading into Vajramon. Once again, goddamn, there really are no megas that fit most of these sovereigns, huh? So I am gonna give it a Bonwumon, because again, I'm giving each of these 0-2 Digimon a sovereign mega, but an alternative could be Zambamon, I guess. Then sliding over to Sinduramon, the big bird. Gee, I wonder if a 0-2 Digimon would fit this. So yeah, the rookie is going to be Hawkmon here. And honestly, basically any Love Evo would work pretty well, but I've gone with Halsamon. However, I really do like Owlmon too. And then the mega would be Zuchaomon. Weirdly, Baihumon is Sinduramon's master, but yeah, of course I'm going Zuchaomon here. But if you don't like my Sovereign Mega idea, I think Crossmon could also work. Then for Caturamon, well, I actually really like Sisamon as a champion, but obviously Sisamon is not an armor, so I've gone with Nefertimon. Meaning, yes, that the Prevo will be Salamon, or maybe even Gatomon. Yeah, I know it's a champion, but okay, Salamon, fine. Before finally the Mega being Baihumon. Baihumon just works so well as a Mega for Gatomon in my opinion, and I really don't think anything alternate works well for Caturamon either. Then to Indaramon, and yep, he is going to Digivolve from Pegasusmon. I will make these 0-2 connections work, goddammit. The rookie then, of course, I think has to be Patamon, although I do think the Violet Elecmon or even Tsukaimon would be fun picks, but we're keeping up our 0-2 Tamers connections. And then for the Mega, I struggled. There is only 4 sovereigns, and I think you can probably see why I'm saving Fanglongmon, but I did encounter some interesting mythology which might make things work. So for the Mega for Indaramon, I chose Mitamamon. As I said, because there's only 4 sovereigns. However, the 4 symbols that the sovereigns are based on do actually have a 5th phase, governed by, yes, the yellow dragon, which is what Fanglongmon is based on, but sometimes the yellow dragon is instead referred to as a Qilin, or Kirin. And given my love for the connection between Kirinmon and the Pegasusmon line, I maintained for a while I think a good evolution line would be Pegasusmon to Kirinmon to Godramon. How about Indaramon's Mega being Mitamamon, a much more recent evolution of Kirinmon? And in addition to that, Mitama's namesake, Mitama, is a Shinto god, which I think makes a lot more thematic sense to the East Asian mythology basis of the sovereigns than something like Kentorusmon, the alternate pick, would have, because his actual name, his sub-name, Sleepmon, comes from Norse mythology, which does not have as good a connection as Mitamamon would. So yeah, not only am I using Mitamamon here, but I guess I technically added a 5th or 6th sovereign. Didn't think that was going to happen in this video, did you? And then finally is Sandiramon, who will Digivolve from the armored Digimon Quetzalmon, who in many of its bios is described as a snake god, and yes, that is why I did not use Quetzalmon for Majiramon's Prevo, with the rookie being my good boy Wormmon, before finally, yes, ending up on the Mega Fanglongmon. And that's it, my picks for what I think the Devas evolution lines might be from Digimon Tamers. Plus, the bonus here is that I got to connect some more of that 0-2 lore together, on a kind of outside of both seasons level. Like I say, I'm not saying that these would be the rookies from 0-2 or the armors from 0-2, but it helps weave that lore together, as we have seen Armor Digimon be involved with the Devas up to very recently, like in Digimon Ghost Game. Let me know what you think of my picks for these evolution lines for the Sovereigns, and do you have an alternate take? I know some people probably wouldn't want the 0-2 Digimon here, but the Sovereigns are adventure in 0-2 Digimon, who again featured in Tamers, so I think there's definitely a very valid basis for my idea, but let me know yours in the comments down below too. I am by no means objectively right about this. Huge shout out to my Sovereigns, ZDK14 and Jmon, as well as all the names you can see on screen right now for supporting this channel with their hard-earned money. Check out the video below me because it is one that YouTube knows you will love from my channel, and I'll see you next time when we go digital. Ho ho ho.